This is the last video in the series. I know on some of it says out of 3, it should be out of 4, but trust me, I didn't realize I didn't show you how to put them all together. So now, we're going to assume that you've gone through the other 3 videos and you've made your blocks and they're finished. Now you're ready to assemble your quilt. Here's the secret to assembling the quilt. Do you remember the 3 rows we did? Anytime we started lining up blocks to put them together, you had the 3, and most importantly, remember always, whoops, there we go, remember your long side and your point. This is where it comes in really important. So you've lined up your 3. When you start attaching your quilt blocks to form the quilt top, the finished product, you line them up on the 3, and you line them up on the 3. That's great, and you think, oh, now what do I do? Okay, so now on your next row, you line them up on the 3, and this will be zhuzhed together when you actually stitch it down. Line it up on the 3, line it up again on the 3, and like a giant jigsaw, it magically goes together. Now, this is the amazing part. This is why it's a fun, fast, and like nothing I've ever done, because I don't have to fret over it. When you sew these together, even though laying here right now on the table, they don't look like they fit together, these blocks are so forgiving. When you stitch them together by hand, by machine, fancy, lacing, whatever, when you pull the fabric where you want it to go. So if it's not exact, if this one little hexie is off a little bit, it's no big deal. Unlike other quilt blocks, you don't have to cut them apart and fix them. Now, speaking of fixing, when you start putting your quilt together, most of them are going to be perfect. And like I said earlier, you need to check your blocks to make sure that all your rows are lined up correctly. If you're like me, you're not perfect and you've done a few that, well, just didn't quite line up the way they should have, set those aside. It's not a problem. And the reason is, back down here, no matter where the mistake is, it's going to fit on one of the 3. So what you do is, if you don't want to fix them, add them along the border. Because if you think about this, on your bed, the eye is not going to go to that being a little bit off. And it's going to look perfect, and you don't have to put all your good blocks on top. And then across your edge, put those that have maybe a hexie that's turned, you didn't get the points right. Because to the naked eye, you honestly can't tell. Now, okay, the last thing is figuring out how many of these blocks you need for the size of quilt you want to make. I'm sure there's a huge mathematical equation that quilting seems to be loaded with that you probably could do. This is how I did it. I took my blocks in on my king size bed and I pinned the one on the side that had the length that I wanted it to be. Then I laid the next block with my 3 joint and I went all across one row across the bottom of my bed. Now I thought, okay, I know I need 10 this way, so then I took the rest of it and I put them one vertical row up to where the pillows are. So now I can calculate for my king size bed, I'm going to do one that has 42 blocks because I want mine to hang over and be kind of full. But if you don't want yours that big, however you want to make it is fine, but how you calculate your blocks, for me, being the math challenge person that I am, I actually lay them on the bed and then I count how many I need in each of those rows. So that's it for the Hexie Hullabaloo. Like I said, I didn't invent it, but I saw it on TV and I couldn't believe it was as easy as it actually looked. If you would like to send pictures or attach them on the end of this video down in the comment section, I would love to see what everybody makes. And another thought, oh, I forgot. Oh, I'm not quite done. I always think I'm done. I'm never done. Okay. With these blocks, you also can make different kinds of blocks with the same hexie. Only this time, you don't bring that last piece underneath like you did before, where you tuck it for the hexie. You make a diamond. And with that diamond, you can come in and make a flower this way, which looks pretty cool. So if you need a fast applique, or if you need a star, there's one. Or you can put them together like this and have the fastest flower you've ever made. And just think, guys, absolutely no